Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review from Married to Medicine, Season 8, Episode 1. Okay? Yes, this is a private live stream that y'all are seeing now. My eyes have been very irritated, so I'm trying to not be on camera for today. So please still enjoy this review of this new show. I'll be back on camera pretty soon, probably later today because now it's Sunday right now. But thanks for understanding, getting this audio with some, pictures and stuff right now so I can rest my eyes and see y'all later, okay? But first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff, okay? Do not forget to also like this video, okay? Comment in the comment section. Make sure that you can also hit that share button to share it on your social media. You can follow me on IG and Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. You see it right there on the screen. I be on social media, so go ahead and follow me and stuff, okay? When y'all like, I did not know you posted a video. Guess where you can find out? On Instagram and Twitter instantly, okay? Do not forget to also relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and everyone around you, and always inhale and exhale because sometimes we just need to breathe it on out, okay? So this is season 8 of Married to Medicine, the the Atlanta cast. I was bored this episode, but I feel like the first episode was let's catch everybody up to what everybody got going on right now. So not much happened, but we're gonna talk about it nonetheless, okay? So of course it starts off with what talk? COVID. Okay, COVID talk because again, it was COVID talk and also the unfair killing of all the black people that happened in 2020. I'm gonna move right on past that because every show that came back in 2021 covered that in every aspect of it. And I'm like, I just, we come to reality TV for an escape. And so we're going to move on past that, okay? So the show picks up in July of 2020. Okay, that's where it goes. Now we see Dr. Damon has started a COVID testing drive-through site. So Damon is there, Scott is there, Jackie is there, and Heavenly is there as well. It was funny when Jackie was telling Heavenly what to do about her mask, and she said, I forgot Heavenly's a dentist. Honey, they were shading Heavenly being a dentist and not knowing nothing about no PPE all episode, but I was laughing anyway. So we see that Jackie and Heavenly is sitting up there having a conversation, okay, with their mask on, because again, this was in July, so this was the stuff, was still going on or whatever, so I'm happy to see that they masked up and stuff. So Jackie and them talking, and Heavenly asked her, "What's going on with you and Simone? Like, are y'all not friends no more? What's happening right now? Y'all haven't been talking or whatever." And Jackie brings up how her and Simone are just not in the same place as they used to be. They're not as close as they usually are. They have been friends for 23 years. And things right now is rough. Okay. Now she brings up how it was based on last season. Okay, Jackie was upset that Simone did not kind of back her up in how Jackie treated Buffy last season. Jackie was mean to Buffy. Jackie was inconsiderate to Buffy. That's a fact. But she felt like Simone should have her back because they're friends. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And we all saw how you treated Buffy. But again, Jackie felt like since Simone did not have her back. She also brings up how the fact that Jackie got closer to Heavenly, okay, has not sat too well with Simone, okay? So Jackie brings up how she don't know like what to do about her and Simone, because again, they have not really talked much, since the reunion. They've seen each other, like, walking past each other in the hospital and like a high and by, but they have not talked like they usually do over time or whatever, okay? So we then see Simone. Simone at a practice or whatever, she brings up how the pandemic has helped her slow down because, again, all she had time to do will either go to work or be at home or whatever. And she enjoyed being home more with her family. She also brings up what, yep, her and Jackie are not as close as they once was. And she brings up how because of the pandemic, all she wants to do now is be surrounded by family and close friends or whatever. We see Simone, her youngest son, who is now 18, is about to go to college. Okay. I'm like, oh my God, he literally grew up. Wow. Okay, because I think the show started 8 seasons ago. So I think they said it was 2013. And when they showed him in 2013, he was a little goober. Okay, now I'm like, oh, he's so cute, little baby. Anyway, so he's 18. He, had a bad senior year because again, senior year was during COVID, meaning he could not go to regular school or whatever. But again, he's happy to be going to college. Okay. This son is a social butterfly. Okay. He spreads his wing being social. He could not do that. So again, it was hard for him missing out on those things for his senior year. Now he's going to Lee University, which is in Cleveland, Tennessee. I did not know that Cleveland has somewhere else besides in Ohio, but there's a Cleveland, Tennessee, which is a racist town. Okay. However, he got a basketball scholarship and he is going there for that reason. I feel like, do you want to go to a racist town as a black man in 2021 to play basketball? Don't that sound racist? The white folks got the black kid come to play basketball. I'm gonna leave that be and whatnot. He wants to go, they let him go, so let it be. He brings up how, he does worry about, the town being so racist or whatever, but he go to school wherever come at him. He gonna school them about what's going on or whatever. We see him and Simone, like, play a little bit of basketball. And she does ask him, so what you gonna do there? I'm gonna be social, you know what I'm saying, begging all the chicks or whatever. Well, who gonna wear your condoms? I'm not gonna wear them. I'm like, do not, you have to wear condoms, sir. However, he was joking. I love their relationship to where he can joke with his mom, who's a doctor, about banging chicks with no condoms, and she laughs because he just joking. He not for real, okay? Now we then see next up Toya and Eugene. Okay, so Toya riding around her neighborhood on the golf cart or whatever because as she said, I love my neighborhood or whatever. And sons, if y'all work real, real hard and get in the medical industry, y'all could also have a big house like this. And they said, Mama, but you not a doctor. Okay, what you mean? But your daddy is, okay, and that's why we here. Look, if you can't be a doctor, marry one, okay, is what she should have said. Anyway, they riding around and she's like, oh, this is so beautiful. The little neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. The parties are amazing. Our neighbors and our friends, this and this and this and this and this and this is amazing until COVID hit. Okay, COVID hit and everything got shut down. I'm like, does that mean y'all couldn't afford the house? And that's why y'all selling it because that house they built, they're selling it. Okay. Anyway, but again, she at the house now, and Eugene come in or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Now Eugene, who we know is a doctor at the ER, he brings up how hard it has been, how they was running out of PPE. No one quite knew what to do. The whole everything that we now know that happened is what they're talking about. Because again, this is in July of last year. So again, a lot of this COVID talk and stuff we have talked about and talked about and talked about, to exhaustion. Okay. We talked about this shit in 2020. So I'll move on past that. He do bring up how, I'm saying, he's been working so hard. And Toya brings up too that he's working so hard, that once he comes home, he's too drained to be a good husband, just meaning he don't have the energy to do things because again, he's been in the hospital all day. Okay. They had to cancel their honeymoon or on their anniversary trip, and just things kind of just shut down. So again, they just having a hard time with the change, but again, still doing okay. And Toya says she do worry about, his mental health just because he's dealing with so much death and he's so busy or whatever. But again, they together, they happy. We're gonna leave that be and whatnot. Okay. Now, other than that, who do we see up next? We have Scott and Contessa. Okay. And I'm like, oh, they together. Okay. So Scott and Contessa are both doctors. So, and they are the only couple on this show who are both, well, no, I forgot Damon and Heavenly, but Heavenly's a dentist. So, again, yeah, they're the only two doctors who work out in the hospital. Okay, in the hospital. So they have been very, very busy since this happened. Contessa finished school and now has a degree. Was in the public health. She wants to be a surgeon general, so whatever that was. But again, she's got her degree in that, so she's back home now. She's no longer traveling from state to states, and they happy supposedly, I guess so, and they doing good supposedly, I guess so. But the preview for the season seemed like it may be some bullshit afoot coming up or whatever. So they bring up how they were not able to hire a nanny because again, COVID. So Scott's niece, boom pal, Scott's niece, Paris, who's in a yellow crop top, and her girlfriend, Ashlea, who's with the dreads and the shorts, have moved in to help them with the children. She is a massage therapist. She's also into holistic things, crystals and energies and all that stuff. So they're outside doing yoga and meditating or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. But again, Scott and Contessa, are okay with that and whatnot. Yeah, that was really it with them. We're gonna leave that be too. Now the rest of the episode, oh, I forgot. Next up we had Jackie and Curtis. Okay, Jackie has now finished building her amazing, huge house. They have not been able to furnish it because, again, COVID, but they were at least able to get all the rooms built out. So all the construction is done. Just the design and the interior design is not was not done. So she wants a whole new bedroom set because the bedroom set they had is the same old one they've always had. Out of all the troubles y'all have had, I would have been replaced that bed. But that's neither here nor there. So they walking around the house or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Jackie brings up how Heavenly is having a birthday party for Damon, who's turning 50. And she's inviting the whole cast, which means all the ladies. And she like this will be the first time that she'll see Simone in any capacity besides passing her in the hallway and saying, "Hey girl," and that's it. Now Jackie talks about how, every time I see Simone, she don't talk to me. All we do is say, "Hey girl," and keep walking. And I like how Curtis said, well, y'all both do that. It's not just her who's not talking to you. You're also not talking to her. Y'all are both doing the same thing, like, say hello in passing, and then that's it. So y'all both gonna have to kind of put a foot forward to start talking again. Um, I mean, I like how he also brought up that, this is hurting Jackie, it's probably also hurting Simone. I don't know why they really beefing per se, per se, but at least he telling her like y'all can fix it. Okay, it's hurting y'all both, and you have to realize the same way you feel about her, she feels about you, and that was really it. Their house looked amazing. Okay, it was beautiful. The kitchen. Oh, do I have a picture of it? I think I do, but I may not. I don't know. Do I? No, I don't. I thought I put it, but yeah, it was really. If you watch the show, it's fine. If not, come back later. But again, that's what it was. We're gonna move on from that. Okay. Now the rest of the episode was about them going to Heavenly's party for Damon, who's turning 50, and I'm gonna use this photo of them all. Okay, that's them at the party. Anyway, so the new lady who is supposedly a friend of Toya's, I don't know her name. Okay, I don't know her name. I will remember her name once she gets an effective look and she can talk. Right now she's a side piece. Gonna leave that be. And she's married to a doctor, but she is definitely a main cast member. But right now I don't know her because they did not introduce her as a new cast member. They said, "Oh, that's so and so." Toy's friend who's building a house down the street. Well, give her a confessional look, and then I'll talk about it. Anyway, so we have two separate cars of people going to Heavenly's house. Okay, and the one car is Toya, that lady, Simone, and their husbands. Okay, and Toya asked Simone, like, "How you feel about seeing your best friend Jackie after so long or whatever?" And Simone say, "Look, I'm saying I was never really angry or mad at Jackie. I mean, she says it in an aggressive way, but I don't know. She says I was more hurt and disappointed in Jackie because mainly Jackie was always the middleman with all of my issues with Heavenly. Like that has always been a thing. So it was weird that out the blue, all of a sudden, she wanted to stay out of it. Okay, and then not only did she want to stay out of it, she befriended Heavenly. Okay, and that makes Simone feel some kind of way. I would feel some kind of way too if the person I have been having issues with has now befriended my best friend. And my best friend has kind of picked a side and is no longer neutral or trying to help me and this person get on a good path or whatever. And it's heavily mentioned, I think, like in a little flashback scene. Jackie and Heavenly used to have beef, and it was Simone who encouraged them to be, get better or whatever. So now that Simone and Heavenly had issues, for Jackie to kind of, in Simone's eyes, pick Heavenly's side is what pissed her off. Okay, um, I don't ever, my best friend is Karla. I don't ever see Karla befriending someone I have issue with. Like at the end of the day, we've been friends since fourth grade, so that's not gonna happen, not ever. And I would never do that to her. Anyone who she has issue with, I can't befriend you, bitch. I just can't. Anyway, in the other card, it was Contessa and Jackie. And when Contessa asked Jackie what's going on with her and Simone, Jackie, like saying, I really do miss my friendship with Simone. Like we have been friends for 23 years and I miss her. But I don't want to cry about it because I paid for my makeup. And it's unfortunate what's going on. And Contessa said, I feel like they both just old, stubborn chicks stuck in their ways, and they need to just have a conversation about what's going on because they both miss each other. But everyone wants them to fix it, okay? No one wants them to keep being at odds because it's really an issue that is not really an issue. Y'all beefed out over Heavenly. That's what it is. And Heavenly don't want to be beefed out with no one. And Heavenly and Simone supposedly squashed their beef at the last reunion. So it's weird that they're still having any issue now, just based on no one talking since the reunion. But again, COVID happened, so no one was really able to focus on fixing that fractured friendship when they were too busy fixing lives at the hospital. So again, it's more of just like a time spent not talking has created bullshit to fester and whatnot. Okay, so at the mass party that Contessa came to with no mask, I'm like, girl, you are a whole doctor. How are you there with no mask? Then saying, oh, I'm okay because I had a COVID test. But bitch, maybe someone else there have not had a COVID test or they've caught COVID since their test. You could have caught COVID since your test. Contessa, be smart, bitch. Don't be dumb. Anyway, so at the party, they're all having a good time. It's like a backyard outside pool party with little mermaids sitting at the pool. A good time was had by all or whatever. We do see when Simone and them walk in, Jackie was like looking around to avoid eye contact with Simone. It did seem real awkward. Like Simone was looking at Jackie, but did not walk over to Jackie, and Jackie looking away from Simone and just so they was both avoiding each other in different ways. Whereas Simone did not walk over there, and Jackie did not look her way. I'm like, whatever. But Jackie got up and said, I'm gonna come give you a hug, even if you don't want it. And they hug and they start talking about COVID testing. Okay. Again, it was awkward because it's like they don't know how to talk to each other without. I don't know why. It was weird. I'm like, why y'all ain't talking that long and y'all COVID test? COVID test? But it's because Simone, no, Jackie then said, I can hug you because I know you COVID free. How you know that? Because you work at so and so hospital, they get tested or whatever. And that just went on talking about being tested for COVID. And I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, so we then see the people, split up or whatever. The guys go with the guys and the girls with the girls. The guys were talking about, honey, being unfairly targeted as black men. That conversation is never not needed. I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying, oh, that's boring. That I'm saying. I come here to decompress and not deal with that. So again, with me ignoring that stuff, it's because we ain't here for that, okay? But we know it needs to be addressed in other places and whatnot, okay? I'm happy they showing it. I don't have to cover it in my review. Anyway, we then the ladies in around now at this point Toya, who has been drinking Patron, is drunk. Okay, she's drunk clearly. She's drunk and intoxicated, and she's sitting up there eating like a drunk person. Like, girl, drunk people when they eat like slaves is just weird to me, and that's what Toya was doing. So, haven't we then asked Simone, like, why haven't we talked since the reunion? Like, I apologize to you. We made up. Okay, now I want to know why you have not called me since the reunion. Why have we not talked? And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. And at that point in time, like, I have apologized. We made up. And I don't want to kiss nobody's ass no more. I'm like, oh, here she go. Simone and Heavenly are trying to talk about this as Heavenly brought it up, and Simone is trying to explain one, why they have not talked and what has been going on, honey. And here come drunk ass, loud ass Toya. Oh, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Heavenly fake apologize, and that's bullshit. If Heavenly hasn't called Simone all this time, it was a bullshit apology. I'm looking like, Toya, this don't have shit to do with you. Then her non-factor ass friend, who we don't know yet, yeah, that's not being a real friend. I'm like, bitch, what do you know? We don't know you yet, lady. Shut up immediately or whatever, okay? And Toya still being loud, and they're like, ooh, Toya drunk. She is drunk. I'm gonna have to put Toya out. Well, put me out, bitch. I'm ready to go. She then gets up and walks away as if she's mad. And I'm like, I'm confused. What the fuck just happened? How did drunk ass Toya get pissed off about a conversation between Hamlin and Simone where neither Hamlin and Simone even had a chance to even really talk it out? I don't know what they cut out. I'm not sure. But Toya looked a drunken mess, involving herself in something that she had nothing to do with. Even the men looking like, oh, here go Toya. Drunk ass Toya. And that's kind of how it goes off. So again, the first episode wasn't much, but their preview for the season looks amazing. Oh, I do have photos of each couple, okay, and they little confession looks or whatever. We have, Dr. Jackie and Curtis. Honey, every time they show Curtis, I just had Alex voice in my head. Girl, calling him Big Ugly. I'm like, Lord Jesus, Alex is so silly. So, Jackie and Curtis, looking like Jackie and Curtis. We had Toya and Eugene. I like Toya's hair here. I don't know. I don't know if it's a wig or not, but I like it. I don't like her outfit. Something about it reads, on a different world when Whitley and Dwayne was broke and her mom was coming to visit. She tore off the curtains and had Kimberly make her a dress. This gives me, I pulled down my curtains from the windows and made a dress real quick in COVID. That's what it gives me. Or it seemed like, laundry was done in this fresh linen. Or it's just something, I don't like it. I don't know if it's the material or if it's the cut of the show. I don't know. But somebody don't sit right with me. I'm gonna leave that be. We had Simone, no, not Simone. Heavenly and Dr. Damon. Okay. Anyway, we then have Contessa and Scott. Scott looks good right here, but also drained. Somebody look like he may need some water or some wet cooch. I don't know which one. Contessa in this crown. Okay. I'm here for it. Something about her belly gets me pregnant. Not that I'm calling her fat at all, but somehow how her doctor's coat is fitting look like, oh, is it a belly under there? Is it a belly under there button? I'm like, are they hiding a pregnancy? I need to know. Again, I'm not calling her fat. I'm just looking like, usually, the button looks tight, and she's such a petite girl. I just wonder if this could be their way of hiding it. I don't know. Okay, and then lastly, we have Simone and Cecil. This was a serious moment about him talking about him being pulled over or something that happened when he was younger. That's why Simone looked so serious or whatever. I could not get a picture of them together with her smiling. Okay, but again, I like Cecil's suit. Cecil look older now, look distinguished. Okay, like a little indistinguished gentleman. I don't like Simone's wig. I'm pretty sure that this is a COVID wig that she got from the beauty supply store for $49.99, and it was in a plastic bag. It's fine. Okay, it don't look bad. It does not look bad. I'm not saying that, but it does look like the wigs I used to wear when I was 19 and I was hanging out getting drunk and I comb my hair. But again, I look good back then. But again, at 19, that was 20 years ago. So I don't know. Anyway, but again, those were all the looks of the couples. Okay, that was the whole episode. I will see y'all later on for the stuff and whatnot. Enjoy. Gotta go.